Con kính chào thầy cô. Con tên là Nguyễn Phương Chi, lớp 3A6. Nhân dịp Ngày Nhà giáo Việt Nam, con sẽ kể tặng cho các thầy cô nghe một câu chuyện tên là Rapunzel bằng tiếng Anh. Bây giờ con bắt đầu kể. Once upon a time, in a faraway village, there lived a lonely witch. I would like to have some company, decided the witch. So late one night, she sneaked into a nearby house and stole a baby that was sleeping in its cradle. The witch was very happy. She whispered, but the baby did not hear, that the baby would be her daughter, and the witch would name her Rapunzel. Years passed. Rapunzel grew into a beautiful young woman. She had a long gold hair, and her voice was like a bird. Every day she passed the time by singing to the bird outside. Every dawn the witch came to visit her, but she only helped with her cooking and things. They don't talk together much. So one day, when the prince was rolling by, he heard a song. He followed the song to see where it came from, and he saw Rapunzel. She was very high in a tall tower, and the witch used a giant stone to block it. How did she use the stone when it was very heavy? While she used her magic powers. Then, when the prince saw Rapunzel, he was enchanted by her beauty. And he tried everything to get into the castle. He tried pushing the rock. No, it had no use. He tried jumping on his horse. No use, but it has a danger because he nearly broke his foot. So he just sat on his horse and listened to Rapunzel's song. At dawn, the prince saw the witch, and he quickly rode his horse into a shadow of the nearby big tree. The witch had no aware that the prince was behind her. That oak was behind her. So she called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." And Rapunzel let down her beautiful long golden hair. The witch climbed up, and the prince waited for hours and hours. Finally, the witch came down at about 7 o'clock in the evening. So when the witch would leave, the prince called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." And Rapunzel let down her beautiful long golden hair again, thinking that it was the witch and she has forgotten something. So the prince climbed up and he reached her window. Rapunzel was very surprised and backed into a corner. But the prince was kind to her. And to her surprise, they were soon talking like old friends. The prince asked may he visit Rapunzel again, and Rapunzel answered him that he could visit her again whenever he liked. So every time at 7 o'clock, the witch would leave and the prince would climb up. So that's how the month passed. And then they talked to each other much more. The prince visited Rapunzel much more, and the two soon fell in love. Together, they planned Rapunzel's escape. On the night they planned to flee, there was a storm. The prince was late, and the witch, who thought that thunder might scare Rapunzel, go to the tower at exactly the time that Rapunzel was expected her prince, and called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." And Rapunzel let down her hair while the witch was climbing. Rapunzel called down, Hurry, my love. We must flee before the witch returns. And the witch heard that. So she became very angry. She climbed up into the tower and shouted, "Wretched girl!" And she said, "This is how you thank me for all these years keeping you from harm and caring for you." She cut her hair. She used a big scissor to cut Rapunzel's long golden hair and drag her down the staircase. The witch said that she banished Rapunzel forever and used her magic to blast away the door and the stone. So, next she sent Rapunzel into the dark forest. So then the prince returned. The witch barely had time to climb up the tower before the prince called. And the witch let the prince climb up the long golden hair that she had cut from Rapunzel's head. When the prince had climbed up, he came face to face with the witch. "You tried to steal my most precious treasure," she shouted in rage. "Now you will never see her again. I curse you to blindness." And then the prince's sight vanished. The witch too sent him into the forest. She cackled after him. "You will never find her in there, prince." So, heartbroken and unable to see, the prince stumbled to the forest for 3 days. On the 4th day, he heard a voice he knew, and he called out, "Rapunzel, is that you?" Rapunzel ran to his side, and she wept. Her tears were on his eyes, and his sight returned. Together they returned to the castle, and lived happily ever after. And the witch, well, she lived unhappily ever after, just as she deserves. Con thưa các thầy cô, là con đã kể xong chuyện rồi. Con chúc các thầy cô một ngày nhà giáo Việt Nam vui vẻ, hạnh phúc và khỏe mạnh nha. Xin chào ạ.